Good evening everyone and welcome to Sugar and Crumbs. My name is Tracy Mann from Tracy Mann Cakes, and this evening we're going to have a go at making a plant pot cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a plant pot. We're going to put some cookies as the decorations inside. Well, this as usual is what is in my mind. I haven't actually done it yet, so we'll find out when we get going. So I'm not alone. I have Kelly with me this evening. So hello Kelly.
Hello.
So Kelly's here this evening. If you want to get involved, if you've got any comments or if you want to ask me any questions, then do please put a little comment in the box, and Kelly and I will do our very best to answer those questions for you. It is a lovely day today, so if you have been enjoying the sunshine all day, good for you. It's been very nice today, so a little bit more sunshine tomorrow maybe as well. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're sat in your garden watching me on on your phone, or you're watching me on catch up later because you're actually in the garden at the moment, so thank you anyway for joining me. So we're going to be starting shortly. We've got a few things lined up. I've got one of my cameras is being a pain at the moment, so I've got it on the opposite side to me tonight, so that's probably going to throw me completely because it's plugged in. We will see how that goes. Who knows, I'm sure something may or may not happen, but we are ready to get going. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much, Sarah, for reminding me about that. So yes, don't forget to like and share, and you can get to catch up on all these videos on Sugar and Crumbs as well, or you can tune into my YouTube channel. We normally upload them all onto there after that, which is at Tracy Mann Cakes. So let's get going. Thank you very much everybody joining me. Happy birthday Lindsay, who's just appeared because she's been on one of my lives today as well. So I did a mini live earlier today showing you how to make the daffodils, but I'm going to show you those later on anyway. The only reason I did them in advance was because I need them to stand, and I had potentially they weren't going to stand, so they are now because I've done them in advance, you see. So I've been organised on that front. Everything else has gone out the window, but there we go, that's just normal for me. Right, okay, so let's crack on and let's get going. So let's see what camera, see my camera's on the opposite side, so just bear with me on this one. So let's turn that like so. You're going to see wires running everywhere. I had this amazing idea to charge up my phone and my cameras, and then when I got round to it, one hadn't charged, which is about normal for me. Right, let me just unwrap this cake and then we can have a little look at what's going on. Okay, so that's our setup for this evening. So we have got here two 7-inch round cakes, and we have got a 6-inch round on the bottom there, so if you can see that there, and I've sandwiched them together with ganache, which I did earlier today to stop them moving around while I'm trying to do this. And we're going to carve them into a plant pot shape, which I'm going to do in a second. Then we're going to pop them into the fridge, and then we're going to go back and have a look at the decorations. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is turn it over like so. Lots of cake on the bottom, so we're going to make all the mess first, Kelly. That's what we're going to do. And we are going to use a knife, and I'm going to carve a shape going down like this. So all I'm going to do is take my knife and I'm going to go down like so. We're going to join this up. So we're going to cut out at a bit of an angle. So we just start by taking the edges out of this. Hopefully you can see this. Yes, you can. Maybe I should have had it on this side all along, Kelly. So just trimming the edges off the 7-inch. So we're going out at a bit of an angle. The only reason I put ganache in the middle is to try and help myself a little bit. It's a bit warmer today. And again, I've not had a huge amount of time for this all to set in between doing everything. So that's why. Okay, so when you've gone all the way round, you can see that that line there is starting to even up a bit. We're going to kind of go out at a bit of an angle. So we'll go down again and just shaving it off just a little bit, just so we get a bit of a shape that goes up like so. There's a big bit of ganache there, it doesn't want me to cut through it. There we go. So I'll make all our mess and get that out of the way before we do any sugar pasting. Once I've cleared up, that'll be it. Okay. So round we go. And then what we'll do is we'll flip it up the other way and we'll have a little look at what's going on. So there'll be a shower of crumbs everywhere. There we go. So we're looking at that kind of shape. Let's see what we've got going on there. Can you see also it's coming up like that? So we can...
Oblong on one side.
Thank you, Kelly.
Sorry.
Okay, let's have a little look. No, that's pretty good. All right. So we're just going to go round and just trim it down now this way until we get it the shape that we need. Like so. It's that ganache there, it doesn't want to be cut. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a layer of ganache over the top of this, then we're going to pop this into the fridge. And then we're going to let that set for about 20 minutes. And while that's doing that, we'll have a look at the decorations that we're going to do on this particular cake. Okay, right, plastic side scraper.
I've got them out.
Oh, did I? Where?
No, I got them out.
Okay, oh yeah, I've seen them now. Right, let's just get some of this out of the way. Trying to remain looking all nice and tidy, you see. It won't last. But we can see our cake. Right, let's have a little look and see what we've got. Yeah, that looks fine. I'm happy with that. This cake is from Sugar and Crumbs. Oh, not Sugar and Crumbs. I did this last time. Sweet Success. It's one of their cakes. So I have used that. It's a vanilla Genoese, a vanilla sponge. So I'm going to put some white chocolate ganache into the microwave because it's set. I'm going to be careful with this because I've got rather a habit of overheating ganache when I go to put it on cake, so I'm going to keep my eye on it. And I'm going to get my, well, did I plug this in? That's a very good question. Hold on, probably not known it. Right, there we go. So I'm going to plug my electric whisk in, and we're going to use that to whisk up the ganache so we can spread it onto the cake. Because when ganache is set, you need to whisk it, you see, otherwise it's not going to spread very easily on your cake. Let's move that over there. Right, let's have a little look. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Let's put that under the camera. Is it soft enough now? A tiny bit more. It's either that or I'll blow up my electric whisk, one or the other. Let's move this over here for a second. There we're going to put that. I need space. That looks okay. Right, let's put this on this camera so you can see what's going on apart from my mess everywhere. So this is ganache that I've already, might actually help if I turn this on. That would help. There we go. And we'll give this a bit of a whisk. So when you're going to put ganache onto a cake, it needs to be spreadable. At the moment, you can hear my electric whisk is struggling with it a little bit, so it's going to need a bit more time in the microwave. So let's just, there we go. And we'll just take that out for a second. Pop that down. Let's lay it down because it's not going to have it any other way, is it? It's not cooperating. So we'll put that back in. We'll put that in for another 10-20 seconds just so it warms up a bit. Anything that's kind of left in the beaters, once it goes into the rest of the ganache, we'll just mix in anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. That looks a bit better. Let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to give it one more blast. See, all the excess that was stuck in the whisk has now come out. You see, it's mixed in with the other. I'm going to give it one more blast of a few more seconds. And then what we're going to do is spread it onto the cake. So I don't want to make sure it's runny, otherwise it's a nightmare to deal with, quite honestly. So let's go back to this. There we go, that will do for now. And then if it starts setting, we can always put it back in the microwave and sort it out in a second. Now I have to clear up because it's just getting out of control already. Every time I look at the screen, there's stuff everywhere. So we're going to do a little mini clear up while I'm doing this. So I hope you're all having a nice day today. As I say, it's very nice weather, isn't it? More than anything else. Although I think there's snow on the forecast for the end of next week. Kelly, did we say?
Beginning of next week.
Beginning of next week. Snow. I mean, honestly. You quite like snow though, don't you?
I love snow, but I'm enjoying this weather.
Which is unusual for you.
I know.
You do like the snow, Kelly. So we just give it a quick clear up. There we go. Right, and then I can see my table. Otherwise it's looking horrendous and I can't have that. Now what do I do with the cake? Oh, I left it over there. Right, let's bring that back in. And we'll go back to this camera here. There we go. Right, so we're going to put a layer of ganache on this now. Let's see how soft it is. It seems okay. I might just give it a couple more seconds in the microwave. I'm being cautious because I tell you what, the number of times I've actually melted it is unbelievable. And the last thing I want to do is do it on a live, quite honestly. So there we go. Yeah, that's fine. So let's start at the top. So we're going to just put some ganache on the top here. It doesn't have to be flat particularly because this is going to have lots of things on it, so it doesn't matter. I know lots of you have been using these lovely ganaching kits of Carol's, but we don't need it for this because this is a novelty cake, so it's slightly different. Right, let's go down the sides. Start working our way around here. I'm going to just put this back in the microwave just for a few more seconds, just to make sure it's going soft enough. Take that down there. There we go. Okay. Are you eating mini eggs? Is that what I've just read, Kelly?
Yeah, I had the packet of mini eggs today.
God, it's not fair. How did that happen? How did I not know about this?
Because I wasn't eating.
All right. Okay, so this is where I might be off camera slightly at the moment because I need to be around this
I'll
side.
change it to the side camera.
Oh, change it to which one?
The side camera.
It is on the side
Oh.
camera.
Sorry.
It is on the side because we've got the side camera in a different place. Let's change to this one for a second. We'll move this one across. So we've got wires everywhere tonight. It's because I'm right-handed, it's making it difficult for me. Right. Let's try this way. Okay, let's carry on. So this isn't attached to this board. It's just sat here. So if the ganache is too stiff, it will pull the cake apart. So just make sure it's spreadable before you put it onto a cake. That's quite important with ganache. I'll just flat ice this so we can put some sugar paste on it later. That's the plan anyway. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be covered. So that's what we're doing. Okay, nearly there. 2-inch cakes, uh-oh. I just read that comment. All right, so there we go. So we're putting around all the way around the edge now. You see, it doesn't take very long. I'll just put a little bit more up here. Now I've got this cake on a board, on a round board, because I'm going to lift it and put it onto a board later on. I'm just going to go round again now. Before this ganache sets, I'm going to just use one of the plastic side scrapers. Just pull my chair in for a second, and then we're just going to go round, just tidy that up a little bit. Because the trouble is with you sugar pasting ganache, it needs to be fairly flat, otherwise it will pick up every single lump and bump. So we might have to do this again before we sugar paste it, we'll see. We don't want it to be like that, it would be awful otherwise. So we'll use the plastic scraper to pull that in, go around again. There we go. So sometimes where you get a gap like that there, you can go back in at this stage and you can put some more ganache in. Just kind of fill your gaps. There's another one there. And then take the scraper again. Just pull it towards you. As long as you work fairly quickly, you see you get it smooth edge then like that, it will cover. So we've got another little, you can only see these things when you sit down, you see, then I can spot where all the gaps are. I'm down eye level with my cake at the moment, so that's making it a little bit easier for me. course, I've got Kelly's eagle eye on the other side of the room, haven't I, Kelly? She can tell me if I'm going wrong, you see. All right, a little bit more at the bottom. If I get it right the first time, we won't have to do it a second and third time, which will speed it up a little bit for us, won't it? We don't want to be doing too many coverings if we can help it. So round we go, again, nearly there. Want to make sure this is as flat as we can get it, because then we'll get a better result. And then just bring any ganache that's coming up on the top here, across the top. The top, I'm not even going to bother to make it perfect. It doesn't matter, as long as it's all covered, that's fine. Put a little bit more there, just to make sure it's all sealed. And then I think just about there. That looks pretty good to me. Quite happy with that. So I'll scrape one more time. This is where you need a turntable, because it makes life so much easier. You can whiz round and see what's going on then. Let's pick out where you've got. Take your scraper through. Right, okay, so this is going to be going off to the fridge. And then while that's in the fridge, we're going to make some decorations. And we're going to cover our board. We're going to have a mini clear up so that we don't roll cake into the sugar paste, because that's no good. We can't do that. So I'm getting fussy now. Now I'm getting fussy. Okay, that looks fine to me. That will be good enough for me. Right, okay, looks great so far. That's what we want. Okay, that's to stop me leaping over the camera for a second. Let's move that out of the way. Put that one there. Right, okay, so we're going to put that in the fridge. So we'll leave that in the fridge for 20 minutes or so while we start making decorations, which will give the ganache enough time to go hard, which means that then when we start covering it with sugar paste, it should be, in theory, easier. I've still got my titles up there. Let's take those down. That makes life a little bit easier. Did you forget about those, Kelly? Sorry. Just suddenly looked up and thought, oh, I've still got those up there. There we go. We can see what's going on now. Right, let's get this cleared. Right, so we're just going to move the cake into the fridge. Although I want it off that board. Where's that other little board gone? There it is. Right, let me just tip this off. I'm going to put it on that board there. Kelly looked at me then when I moved that cake. It looked drastic. All right, I'll pop that in there. And we're going to have to tidy up for a second, because otherwise it will be a mess, won't it, Kelly? Yeah. Let me get a cloth. Hold on. I should say, actually, while I'm wandering around, those eagle-eyed people who watch, look in the background, there is some previews for my new course behind me. I'll move again in a minute. And if you look very carefully, you'll see some of my new flower painting course material. So you can see the large navy blue one. There's two others there as well. Give me a second while I clean my table, and then you can have another little look. And you might spot them. Right, nearly there. They're all saying, get out the way. They want to have a look now. Right, give my table a wipe, then I'm off to the sink. And then you need to be quick, you see, and you'll see them. Right, ready? Go. Right, let's pop that in there. Get some water. Did you spot them? Have you spotted the wisteria? It's now there, yes. So the flower painting course is coming along. It's on its way. It's going to be, hopefully, I did say this week, but it's been one of those weeks where absolutely everything under the sun is happening. There you go. Da, 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 you've seen them. There's 2 more to go yet, but I'm nearly there. I'm getting there. It's got to be done properly, you see. This is the point where I get very fussy. So it's got to be done right. What do I do with that paintbrush, Kelly? The large one.
I haven't seen you with a large
paintbrush, there it is. Okay, right, so let's get the board covered next. We're going to just do a very simple operation here. So we're going to take hold of our board, that's where it's just had the cake on it here. And we're just going to paint that with a little bit of water. Did you spot the cakes?
Everyone's loving it.
Oh, wisteria, yeah. I like wisteria too. So far on flowers, we've got wisteria, we've got cherry blossom, we've got the tall white blossoms in a jar. And then tomorrow I'm painting another one. So I've got 2 to go.
Not disclosing what it is.
Not telling you what it is in case it goes wrong. Oh yeah, you'll be able to paint. Now listen, if anybody says they've not painted before, that's like opening a can of worms on here, because they've all done the beginner's course, a lot of them have anyway, and they will tell you that it's amazing, and they will tell you, I don't need to tell you, they're going to tell me, they're going to say for me. But yes, you don't need to be able to paint, you don't need to be able to draw, you just need to be able to follow instruction, and I'll have you painting, don't worry about that. Right, let's get some sugar paste. There's a very nice beginner's course as well, so if you're ever concerned about having a go at cake painting, I do have a beginner's course, and Kelly will put a link up for you, I'm sure, if I ask her to nicely. If she's done it already, she's so good. But yeah, if you want to have a look at the beginner's course, you're very welcome. We had a really good offer last week, Little Bunny. Lots of you have been doing that as well. So there you go, lots of people can't paint, but now they can paint. That's what we want. I'll show you the wisteria one later as a sneak preview. How about that? Right, so I'm going to cover this board. Now I've got this Satinara paste. I really like this actually. It's a brand new paste and I'm getting on really well with it. So I got sent some samples this week, more samples actually. And it smells nice, it tastes nice. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with it actually. It seems to be quite flexible, although wait till I start covering the cake and I might change my mind. No, I've covered a lot of cakes live with it now, and so far it's been really good. So there you go, Satinara, that's the one. Right, okay, let's go down to the other camera. See, look, it's all clean now, isn't that lovely? Let's start with kneading this sugar paste. I haven't got my pink board out tonight, I forgot that. That's naughty, isn't it? I got a bit carried away. I've probably got too much paste here to start with, but that's okay. Just give it a knead to start with. So the cake's in the fridge setting at the moment.
Paul said, I've never done painting before. The Smiling Bunny, now I'm bloody hooked.
Who said that?
Mark.
You see, this is the only problem, you see. If you sign up for a course and it's like, oh, yeah, let's go for that. That's a nice, good offer. And then you start. The Floral Heart one is another one. I was painting live on Floral Heart yesterday. So the people who have got the Floral Heart Wreath course, you need to go over and have a look, because there's another free video there for you. Because I was painting something else yesterday, which I will show you later on. You can have a little look at that as well. I've got into doing cookie cutters in a big way, so it's all connected with that really. Right, let's get this rolled out. Pull it off like so. There we go. So yeah, it's got, I really like this paste actually. It smells nice, it rolls out nice. It seems to be a really good one actually. So yeah, I'd recommend this one. Sorry if my camera's a bit shaky at the moment. Nikki sent me a picture of mini eggs and she had a whole like this.
She bought 500. I'm very jealous.
Are they actual mini eggs, or are they like, you know?
Even the off-brand ones that you get in the pick and mix, they're pretty good.
We're going to start the mini egg discussion shortly. I can see this coming. I mean, it's Easter. You've just got to have mini eggs, haven't you? I could live without them all, but not the mini eggs. Like cream eggs. I mean, they're nice, but then just not as nice as mini eggs, aren't they? Okay. Right, so this is for our board. I don't want it too thick.
Satinara.
Satinara is what we're using.
I never know how to spell it, so I'm just going to...
Satin.
The paste we're using is Satinara.
Satin, A-R-A on the end. Right, so we've got a bit of water on this board, so I'll put that on. There we go. Right, all the smedges. The smedger edges are back. Right, let's get these. Let's flatten this down. So we'll go round and round.
Maureen's had 500 as well.
They've both got 500. Oh! What are they doing with them all? I don't say eating them for the rest of the year. So this is a Smedger Edger. Okay, so it's got an edge at the bottom, which is really good for straight edge cakes. Loads of you have seen me demming this already, so you'll know what it is. Right, plastic side scraper. That one needs to go in the sink. Did you give me any other ones? No.
Sorry.
Kelly's choking on a drink.
Sorry, I choked my water.
Don't drink, Kelly. Right, there we go. So we're going to cut this now. So I've got a large plastic side scraper to do this, like doing a pie, isn't it? So we'll cut this off like so. Okay, keep going. I don't know what size this is, mind you, this board. I'm going to guess it's maybe an 11. I did pick a fairly big one because of, I don't know really, it's what I grabbed on the way out the door. It's as technical as that. It sounds like me, doesn't it? Right, okay, so there we go. So that's our board done. So we're going to move that out of the way because we're going to need to stick our cake onto that when we've covered it. Obviously we haven't covered it yet because it's in the fridge and the ganache is setting at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the decorations that we're going to make for this particular cake. So I will now get those out for you so you can have a look. So we've got some cookie cutters tonight. Let me move those over. We've got them all. Yes, we have. Right, let me move this down. Now, earlier today on my Facebook page, I did do a little live showing you how to make these, but I'm going to do it again. The reason I did it live earlier today is because I need these to completely set to work with my cake, but I am going to do these live now so you can see how to do this. So I've got into cookie cutter making in a big way and this is the daffodil one. So this is the one I'm going to show you how to do that first.
Where do you buy Satinar?
Satinar, I think Carol's got it. I'm pretty certain it's on Sugar and Crumbs. She will tell you. I'm sure it's there. It's very new, this paste. It's only just come out. So these are the daffodils. So that's what it looks like when you cut it out with the cookie cutter. Now, the reason it's got that circle on it like that is mainly for the Royal Ice people, because you can flood these, but I've done these with sugar paste. So I'm going to show you how to do this with sugar paste, but if you wanted to do this with royal icing, you can flood these areas here. And then you can flood, say if you did a mixed coloured one, so say you did a white and yellow one, you can flood these areas white, then you'd need to flood that area yellow, and then you would do a stand up frill on it so it ends up something like that. So that's how that one works, okay? So that's how, why it's got that mark on there is for the royal ices, but for the sugar paste you don't need it necessarily. But I'm going to show you how to put this together now. So I've got a few new cutters. I'm a little bit obsessed at the moment, driving everyone crazy with them, aren't I, Kelly?
Mm.
She goes, not another cutter. I go,
No, 'cause I'm the one who has to make it.
Kelly is she's my chef, chief chef, aren't you, Kelly? And yeah, so I'm saying, oh, there's another new cookie cutter this week, Kelly, I'm afraid. Right, let's get some of this out from earlier on. So I'm going to show you how to put together one of these daffodils because they are so nice. I've got a bit of water there, Kelly, but I could ideally, can you pass me another pot? Little one, please. Should be one in the cupboard. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Pass that.
Empty.
Yeah, empty's fine. Oh gosh, you expect me to catch that? That's not going to happen. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm just trying to find some space here. Put that there. So I'm just going to get a little bit of royal icing, so nothing too drastic. Is there any, hold on, let me go get my palette knife. Just watch that with a knife in there, won't you? Yeah. Okay. Right, so let's take out a little bit of royal icing. So you can make royal icing with whipping it up, or you can make it with Merry White or albumin powder. For whipping it up, it's really easy. You just take your packet, you make up the whole lot, then it's 500 grams to 75 grams of water, and you just whisk it together. I've just got a little bit in here because what I want to do with this, in fact I'm going to take a tiny bit out because I need that to stick the cake down. I'm just going to add a little bit of water and just turn this into something I can stick my sugar paste down with. So it's just going to be a little bit sort of mushy, I guess, like so. So it's just going to be a little bit soft. Making a glue, tiny bit more. There we go. Now I already coloured up my Satinara this afternoon, and I used Colour Splash. I used Colour Splash Lemon. That's what I used for that one. So there we go. And we're going to pull that across like so. Move that there. There we go. Right, okay, let's get organised here. Let's put those out of the way because I need those for my cakes. I don't want to get those damaged. So what we're going to do is start off with the white.
Which royal icing is your favourite?
Which royal icing is my favourite? Oh, do you know what? For speed, as in if I need to do it quickly, then whipping it up is great because literally it's open the bag, put the water in, job done. If it's for very fine piping, then I like the Merry White, but if you're doing collars or anything like that, you have to use the albumin powder. That's probably my least favourite, but it is essential if you want things to stick. So it's really, really important that you use the right royal icing for whatever it is that you're doing. But for convenience, whipping it up is great because you can just literally get it out and you're off. There we go. Right, okay, so we're just going to roll this out. I don't want this to be too thick. The last thing I want is to have really thick amounts of sugar paste on a cookie. So again, you can flood these with royal icing, or you can use a bit of sugar paste. We're just going to use a bit of sugar paste tonight, so we're going to pop that on there like that. When you put a cookie cutter down, make sure you twist it. So if you twist it like that, you see I'm going up and down against the work surface. When you press it out, then you won't have what we call in cake world, which is called hairy edges. Hairy edges are not nice. It basically means that you've cut it like that and pulled it straight up again, and when you come to pull it away, you get this round the edge there, which is called hairy edges. So in order to not get that, that's what you need to do. I'm just going to put that to one side for a second. Let's bring in our daffodil, and we will take one of the brushes. So we're going to take this brush, and I'm just going to paint a little bit of that royal icing onto my biscuit. So this is going to kind of glue it on for me, like so. Now, because this is sugar paste, I can make these a little bit more 3D. I don't have to have them flat. Like royal icing can sometimes be a little bit flat. So with sugar paste, you can do a little bit more than that. So let's move this out of the way. So with this, I can take hold of this is one of these Dresden tools. So it's got a sharp end and a flat end. So I'm going to use the sharper end today. So what we're going to do is just pull that along like that. Be careful you don't go through the sugar paste because it's not really that thick. I'm just going to mark it like so, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to pick it up and we're going to put it onto the cookie. Now before we let it settle down, what we're going to do is we're going to pinch the edges like so, which is going to make it sort of stand up a little bit away from the cookie itself. Let's move that out of the way because when you've got a stick in the way, as you turn it round, it tends to swipe everything off the table. So we can just pick those up like that. There we go. Put that there. And then the rest of the paste that I've got here, what I can do here is I can roll this out. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to make it into a long strip rather than having it like this. So let's give this a bit of a knead to start with, and then we'll roll it into a long strip like that. Okay. Angela's obsessed with cookies. I think there's a few of them might be obsessed with cookies at the moment, including me. I think I'm a bit obsessed with them. Now, where's my multi-ribbon cutter? There it is. Okay. So let's just roll out a strip like so. make it a little bit thinner. This is just sugar paste. You can do this with modelling paste. It doesn't have to be with sugar paste. It's a little bit more tricky with sugar paste, but if you work fairly quickly, it should be okay. Right, now I've got one of these multi-ribbon cutters. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down on here and I'm going to roll it like that. And then I'm going to cut the end. So I'm just going to cut it with this actually. That's what's available. So that's what we'll use. And we'll move this out of the way. So we end up with this one strip like that. I'm just going to put a bit of extra icing sugar down just in case it decides to stick itself to the table. And then I'm going to take hold of my rolling pin and I'm just going to fluff up the edges a bit. So I'm just going to take the end and I'm just going to press down, roll backwards and forwards so that the ends fluff up like so. So you're kind of distorting them really. Just do that. I might not need all of this piece of paste, it's highly unlikely, but I've got it anyway for the moment. And then I stand it up and I start to roll it. And as I start to roll it, I put my finger in the middle because that then gives me a guideline as to how much I need it to be. So I don't want it to go in on itself too far. Then I go round about something like that, I'd say, and then what we'll do is just cut the excess off there like so, and then we'll just take a little bit of icing that I've got left on my palette knife, and then we'll just stick that down so I can put my finger in there and make sure that's stuck together, which it is. And then you can start fanning this out, so you can get your Dresden tool in here and start pulling this out a little bit like so. Then what we'll be able to do is bring the daffodil back in. There it is. And we'll pop a little bit more. Let's get a bit more icing in actually. A little bit more icing. Now what I've got here actually, I'll tell you what I'll do, because this is yellow in the middle. I'm going to put my finger in here and turn this upside down. I'm going to paint the outside edge of this to make sure you can't then see the white, and then we'll stand that up on there like so, and then we'll leave that to dry. Because these cookies are on sticks, I'm going to stand mine up tonight, so if you want to stand yours up, you're going to need to leave them to dry. If you want to leave them flat, you'll still need to leave them to dry, but that's basically what you're going to do to make that daffodil. It's very straightforward, and as you can see, I did do a white one with a yellow centre as well, so they're really easy to check. And if you have a look outside at the moment, there's some yellow ones with orange centres. There's all sorts of different ones out there, so just have a go and see what you can come up with. But these, as I say, are on sticks, ready for this plant pot idea that I've got, that I hope is going to work. So we'll put that over there to one side, and now we'll have a little look at tulips. So we have got a tulip cutter. Let me bring that in. Where is it, Kelly? I can see the daffodil one. Is the tulip one there? You might have to do a run across the other side of the room for me. Yeah, I need one. Okay, so there's the tulip one. That's it. Kelly's just going to get the cutter, but I'm going to just hold the camera because there we go. Thank you very much. So that's the tulip one. So we're going to have a go now at making some tulips, and we're going to make those in, what did we decide in the end? Pink and lilac. I think we decided. I did make some pink up, so let's get rid of that yellow. So we've got some yellow tulips in there. Okay. Let's put that there. And let me find my bag that I made earlier today. No, not that colour. We'll try a different one. I want some nice strong pink ones. Now I had, oh, I know what I did with it. Is it on that tray? Yes, it is. Brilliant. I knew I'd made it up somewhere. Right, now what I found with the tulips, or what is quite a good idea with making those, is when you knead the colour through, don't knead it through completely. So in other words, just start putting your colour in and then let it sort of go a little bit speckly. I did do one earlier. I don't know what I've done with it now. I'm just trying to see if I can see it. It was on that other tray. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you'll see there it is a little bit speckly rather than being completely flat. But that's kind of the colour that you can get for that. So let me show you how to put one of these together. It's nice and straightforward again. So we'll put a bit of icing sugar down. And again, we'll just roll this out. So if you don't want this to be too thick, just remember, roll it out a bit thinner. And we'll do, now what have we got? We've got 3 daffodils, we'll do a few tulips. And then we've got some leaves as well. So we've got 1 done already, so I'm going to put that one over there so we don't get in a muddle. Okay, and we'll do these 2, and then we'll do the other 2 in lilac. So we'll just take hold of our icing and we'll just put those onto the tulip itself. We'll do the whole thing, but we are going to cut the bottom off and do that bit green. I'll show you how to do that because that's easy. So just a little bit of royal icing, so whipping it up, and water just to make it sticky, so you've got something for it to stick next to. There we go. Make sure there's plenty on it, because otherwise the minute I stand these up it's all going to fall off. We don't want that. There we go. Okay, right, so we'll take hold of our cutter and we will get rid of our hairy edges. Is there a knife on that sink, a small one? Because I've left my other tool on the other side of the room.
Is this small enough?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so there we go, no hairy edges. Now what we're going to do with this, we're going to just cut this bit off the bottom here. So I'm going to take hold of that and I'm just going to go around the bottom like so on both of these and remove that bit there. Take that away. I'm going to turn this around and we're going to lay this onto here. We'll do both of these like so. Then what I normally do is just pull these, pinch these up a bit at the top, make sure they're stuck down, because the minute we stand them up, otherwise it's all going to start falling off. So make sure it's all stuck down. It's all fine. So we'll pinch those up like that. There we go. And then what we're going to do again, we're going to use this tool again, this Dresden tool, and we're going to just take it on the sharp side and we're going to go around like so, and the same on the other side, around like that, and then we'll do the same on this one, around like that, and then the same there. Okay, so we've done those 2. Now we're going to do the lilac ones next, which I haven't dyed up the paste because I forgot. So we'll do that quickly now. We'll put those there. There's so many lovely colours you can do with tulips, as I'm obsessed with them, aren't I, Kelly?
Yeah.
And every time we go anywhere there's tulips, I'm there. I love it. So I've got Colour Splash Violet we're going to use for this. So again, we'll just pop a little bit in there. I expect I'll probably end up with purple hands now. Nothing unusual there. Okay, let's put the lid back on, that would help. There we go. Right, so let's knead that in. So let's put that paste, put the colour in. Try not to get it all over your hands if you can help it. I wonder if my mother is watching tonight. She said, I know, she's... Mother, are you watching? She might write a comment now, you see. She tries to remain quiet and in the background. So yeah, when you knead your colour through, you don't have to knead it through completely. You can just leave it a little bit sort of speckly. We did this with grass a while ago. You don't have to knead it all in to get quite a nice sort of effect on this. So we'll leave it at that. I've got icing sugar all over that then. Okay, let's give that. There we go. So let's roll that out and we'll do some what should we do? We've got 1, 2, 3 of those. Let's find the other one. I don't know how many I'm doing here. Sorry, Kelly.
Have you got any plans to make a cake with the tulip imprint like you did with the lily one?
Yeah, I could do. We were just discussing yesterday what we're going to do after Easter. because we need to think of some new themes. So yeah, we could give that a go, couldn't we, Kel?
Yeah.
Because there's still going to be lots of spring flowers around, and this is why I've gone for this cake tonight, really, because I felt that you didn't have to do it for Easter. I mean, spring is going to be going on for a while now. Easter's actually relatively early, isn't it? So, you know, if you wanted to do this one at any point, it's just quite a nice sort of plant pot is what we're aiming for. So let's put this on now. So we'll go back to this one. So yeah, we can give that a go. We've got lots to do with these cookie cutters. We've only literally just started playing around with them to see what we can do. So there's lots to do yet. So I've got lots of plans for this. So there's another one there. And they're all pink now as well. Don't put them in the dishwasher. So I said to somebody the other day, they won't survive the dishwasher. All right, just hand wash them. Please don't put them in the dishwasher. And they won't come out the other side. There we go. Right, let's get that cutter back again. So again, pop it back on there, press down, twist it, there we go. And then a bit of royal icing on there from somewhere. Right, let's just cut this bit off the bottom. I'm going to put this one on straight away, so it's not, I'm not going to knock it, which is what I'm trying to do. So I'm running out of space now, so I've got cookies everywhere. Okay, so we'll put that one on there, like so. And then we'll do this one. So we've got yellow and what other colours we got here? Purple, violet, pink for our plant pot. Right, let's take this one out. There we go. And turn that round. Move that round that way, like so. It's nice. Pink is a nice colour, isn't it? And purple. I spent a lot of time Googling tulips, and that's quite sad, isn't it? But my search engine, I'm sure, is particularly... I'm sure if anyone ever looked at it would think, what is she on? I think it just depends what people ask cakes for, don't they? You can be Googling all sorts of different subjects. So, yeah, tulips was one of those things this week. Well, I've been Googling loads of flowers because I've been doing this flower course, you see. So I've got to make sure I'm doing what I had in mind. Right, there we go. So let's take that all away. So that's all done now. That's not too bad. Turn that around. And then we'll just take that off the bottom there. And then we'll put that on that one. So that gives us the tulips that we need for this project. Well, we think it does. We're not sure. We're going to make it work somehow. And then again, same as the pink one, just take your Dresden tool whilst it's still soft. Don't let this set, okay? And then just go down there and just mark your tulip. Don't press too hard, otherwise you'll go straight through it. It's quite sharp, actually. I don't mean sharp as in I'm going to cut myself, but sharp as in it will cut through sugar paste. Okay, right, so we've got 5 of those lined up. And then we will do the calyxy bit on the bottom. So I've got some green paste mixed up already, which is Colour Splash Leaf Green, this one. It's a lovely green, I like this colour. It's not too strong. And we're also going to do some leaves as well. Hopefully I've got enough to do both, because we've got a leaf cutter as well. So all you florists out there, if anyone does flowers, you need a bit of greenery in there as well, you see. So let's do that next. So I'm just going to roll this out like so, and then we're just going to use the bottom half of the cutter this time. So we take hold of this and we'll pop that, where are we? Let's turn that round, I don't want to waste too much. Pop that on like so. Do that again. Might need to mix a bit more green, Kenny. Oh no, I've got more there. That's fine, I've just spotted some. Right, where are we? Some there. Okay, let's take that away for a second. Now, So all I'm going to do now is just the reverse of what I did before. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off it like so. Lift this on here and put that at the bottom of the tulip. And then you can just use either your finger or your Dresden tool just to line everything up. Okay, that's it. Then we'll put that over there. Straighten it up a little bit. And then let's do this with this one. That's dried out a little bit, so I'm going to just put a bit of extra royal icing on. While I've been talking, it's soaked into the sugar paste, so that's okay. Right, so that goes on like so. I do like tulips, don't I, Cammy? I bought some went to Amsterdam, didn't I?
Yeah.
I came back with a load of bulbs, I couldn't resist it. Okay, let's pop that one in. Nearly there, so we've got 3 to go. Right, so again, a little bit of extra royal icing just to hold everything in place. I might have some fun putting this together. If you're going to do this cake, if you can, I would try and do all these in advance. The reason I'm doing them now is so it's part of the demo, but if you do them in advance, they will definitely all be stuck down. It'll be a lot easier for you to put together than what I'm heading towards. It may be fun in a minute, and we will see. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right. Okay. So we'll do these last 2, and then we'll move these out of the way. So they're ready to go. We're going to have a whole selection of things to put together. It'll all come together very quickly. It's one of those ones where all of a sudden it will be all together. And I strongly suspect it will be... Have we got any birthdays coming up this week? Kelly, I'm trying to think. I don't think we have we?
I think so.
So this will be going off to
The hospital.
another hospital, yeah. So last week it went to the vaccination centre in Prince's Risborough, so I suspect, and then it went to night shift at Stoke Mandeville, so I suspect it will be going back to Stoke again. Of Easter. I'm trying to make this really bright, that was the thing. I want to do some completely different ones, Kelly, like bling ones.
Bling ones.
Yeah, bling, you know, glittery tulips.
No.
She's looking at me like, what? You can't do that?
I just think it would be a bit too far.
You think that's too far?
Just a little bit.
Okay, no glittery tulips for now. Maybe later. Okay, so we'll pop that on like that. There we go. All right, so they're done. And we're going to move those to one side. Now I need to find somewhere to put them. That's the key to this, before I don't knock them over. Right, let's have a little shift. We need our cake stand back in, so we're going to move these out of the way. Otherwise they'll get damaged, for sure. Right, then what we're going to do is the leaves next. So we've got a leaf mould as well. I've got quite a nice, they all look very nice together anyway, so that's good. Right, so leaves next. Leaves are crucial, don't underestimate leaves. Kelly, also don't look, because your mother made these this afternoon. So they're a bit ropey. Oh, not as good as Kelly.
Yeah, it's much harder than you think, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I was rushing about, you see, this is the problem. So that's the leaf cutter, there we go. So there's another one. Right, I'm just putting this turntable out of the way because I don't want to end up sitting on it. It's looking very likely at the moment. Okay, so let's just do a few leaves as well. Need a few background leaves for our... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's fine. So that's one done already. They're really quick and easy to do. So I'm just going to take hold of some royal icing and just give them, quickly paint them. So when you bake your cookies, put your put the cookie stick in, Kelly. I'm looking at her now because she baked a load and forgot to put the skewers in. And the slight issue with that is we absolutely needed the skewers to be in for this project. So I just had to walk away, didn't I, Cal?
Yes. Was not happy about
It
that.
was not happy, no, not happy at all. So we had to eat those ones, didn't you?
Mm.
Okay, let's put those there for a second. Right. Okay, so this is the leaf one. Put that on there. We're going to get Kelly on here doing a live, Kelly, aren't we, at one point?
Oh God.
You'll be fine. Maybe I should do the comments, you see, that's what should happen.
What we do is swap on April Fool's or something.
On April Fool's Day.
When's April Fool's? Thursday.
I don't know, is it a Thursday? Oh, I think I
Yeah.
have lives on Thursday
'Cause
morning.
I've got
Oh, I'm not live this Thursday, am I? No. Oh, that's a pity. Gosh, April Fool's Day. I must look out for that one. Right, press that down. Yeah, April Fool's Day, I'm not on live, and that's not a joke. Right, let's cut out 4 of these, so they're nice and straightforward. Still using the Satinara paste, but I've just dyed it green. And one more, and you'll see how quickly these are. Never underestimate the value of leaves when you do anything. Anyone who makes sugar flowers will know you can make the most beautiful rose, but you really do need some leaves to go with it. They're crucial. Absolutely crucial. Right, okay, that's those done. So just pop that on like so. So just lay it down. And again, because it's sugar paste, you can kind of twist it so it sticks up a bit. Have I got it around the wrong way? Yes, I have. Let's turn it that way. A little bit thicker at one end. Yeah, there we go. So just twist it so it's just standing up a little bit there. Make sure it's down. Take your Dresden tool and just go straight up the centre and then round like so. Okay, so that's one. Second one. So again, just twist it at the end. I don't think it will dry. I don't think it will stay like that today because we're going to be having these standing, but you get the idea. So put some veins on it like that. Hopefully that's stuck down enough. Next one. Might need a bit more royal icing on that. It's drying out a little bit. I'll have to get Kelly on here painting, I think. Kelly live. Kelly live special.
God, I wouldn't even know what to do.
Don't worry, I'll sort you out. Don't you worry. Get you painting. There we go. I've said this, poor Kelly's an amazing painter. Aren't you?
Mm.
She is amazing. Right, and now this one. There we go. Just put a little twist on the end. So I hope these are going to stay on the idea is they're going to stay on the cookies when we pick them up, but we're risking it a little bit, but they should dry by the time we get round to it. I might just do one more. One is so thick, it's unbelievable. Well, that was me this afternoon in sort of a panic mode because Kelly went out and left me to do the baking.
I baked the majority and Mum just comes in, she goes,
Oh,
"No more leaves."
I need more leaves, and then she left me to it, and I thought, oh no. See, the minute you leave me with anything like this, it's just, yeah, one more. I've got my backup one then. I've probably done way too many, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. But I do my flower arranging bit at the end, you see. That's the plan. Right.
How long does royal icing keep in an airtight container?
Royal icing in an airtight container that is not in the fridge will keep for about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? When you open the container, and when you first make royal icing, it's beautiful. It's just the most loveliest stuff ever. It's all white and fluffy and wonderful. 2 or 3 days down the line, it might not be quite so white, lovely, and might look like it's separating. But if you just whisk it up again, it will be fine. You'll be able to use it. So don't ever throw it away. Just give it a whisk and it will be fine. And you won't have any problems there. Right, so that's the next part done. So let me move these out of the way. I need extra space here, Kelly. Okay, we've got one more thing to do. And then we can get the cake back out of the fridge. I'm more worried about
Didn't
me.
you want to cover the board as well?
And I've got to cover the board. Thank you very much
You're welcome.
for reminding me. Right, okay, we're going to do a rabbit. So let's do that now. So we've got a little rabbit cookie cutter as well. If anybody wants any of these for Easter, I mean, we'll post tomorrow morning, but I really don't know now because Royal Mail, I don't think it delivers Good Friday, so I think you might have a bit of a problem now. What day is it tomorrow? Wednesday. So you've only really got Thursday, and the Royal Mail is a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes we send everything first class, sometimes it goes off brilliantly, and then other times it's delay. You never can tell. Anyway, we'll make a rabbit. We don't know if we're going to use it, but we're going to make one anyway. There we go. Pop that on like that, and we'll give that a little wiggle. Take that out like so. I'm going to leave that bit there for a minute. And we're going to just take, why don't you paint the sugar paste then? Paint this. It's the Easter bunny. Not as we know it.
No.
Not in this village.
We have our own Easter bunny.
We have an Easter bunny in our village. I'm not joking either. I think we're like Dibley Parish here. We have an Easter bunny that comes out on Easter Sunday, hopping around the village, giving out Easter eggs. It's lovely. Anyway, back to the Easter bunny. We're going to just pinch the ears at the top there, and then we will just was I going to mark it? No, I didn't mark it in the end. I cut out pink, didn't I? So I did things 2 ways this afternoon to confuse myself. Okay, so we'll just put some little marks in the ears as well. Yes, we have an Easter bunny, which is really sweet. And all the kids love it, and they all stand on their driveways waiting for the Easter bunny to come past. So yeah, it's good fun. Okay, I'm just going to cut out some inner ear pieces here, I think. I don't know how big I want them to be. Actually, that's too big. Well, one's too big, one's too small. Oh, never mind. Let's cut that down a bit. Let's have a little look what I've done. Okay, cut that down a bit shorter. I'm guessing this bit. And then what we'll do is pop that one over the top and see where we are in terms of, there we go. Put that on there. Oh, I think this might be why I didn't get the pink board out tonight, because I'm paranoid about cutting that pink board. These two probably stuck together now. Wait. Oh, just about. There we go. Just about. So a little bit of glue was there and there. We'll put those on. I want that rounder. Where's, I need, I've got a piping nozzle just where I want it. Perfect. Couldn't have planned that better. And we'll put that on. There we go. And then we'll put another one on there. Just tidy that up a little bit, because I'm getting fussy now. And then we'll just cut the end off like so. So it looks like it goes around his head, that's why. We'll just give it a little curl on there. There you go. And then we'll match his nose, shall we? We'll give him a little nose. And we'll just put that into a little triangle. We'll put the glue on the back. There we go. I'll pop that in the middle. Now we can do this, we can draw on with sugar paste. We've got one of these edible pens here, these black edible pens that have got 2 different ends on them. I find that one tends to, the thinner end tends to drag in the sugar paste unless it's dry. So this isn't dry, so we'll try with the thicker end, see how we get on. So you need to be pressing sort of quite light with this, otherwise you're going to find you're going to dig the sugar paste in. So if you do this in advance, you'll have a chance for this to dry. You won't be sort of doing what I'm doing there. There we go. What was that? Oh, I thought something was going to collapse then. I might make him a bit more smiley actually. like that, something like that. And then you can either cut his eyes out with a pen, or sorry, with a cutter, or you can draw them in with a pen. We'll just try and draw as in best we can. Normally on royal icing this is really easy, but this is on sugar paste, so I am a little bit concerned about this, but we'll give it a go, see how we do. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's try this side. Yeah, if you do it on, let's turn it upside down. If you do it on royal icing when it's all set, it's lovely and easy to do, but on sugar paste when it's not set, it's not so easy because it's sort of dragging a little bit. Or you can cut shapes out, you see. Actually, that's fine. You're okay. And then we'll put some eyelashes on. And then we'll put some eyelashes on this side. Now, you can do whiskers if you want to, if you're feeling brave. You can always do those. Just take your pen and just kind of do that. Again, just watch it dragging in the paste. It's dragging a little bit. There we go. So something like that. So fairly straightforward, not too difficult to do. It's just a bit of fun more than anything else. But if you do it on royal icing, I'm going to show you the difference. So this is one that's been done on royal icing, and it draws on like paper, so you don't get the dragging effect that you get on sugar paste. So it is a little bit easier on royal icing, but you get sort of, I mean, this is painted on there for what we're doing tonight, so that's fine. Okay, right. Goodness me, I seem to have been painting cookies for hours on end now, so hopefully that's it. Let's put that one there. Okay, I'm more concerned about knocking these off, so I'm just going to have a little organise.
Cover your board.
So,
Or have you done that?
no, I haven't done the board yet. You're obsessed with the board.
Well, I just know we'll forget.
Is that because that's what I did last time?
Or we'll both forget.
Or we'll both forget. We're going to do the board next. Otherwise we will forget, you see. We'll bring the cake out, we'll do all these amazing things and then look down. No, I've done the board.
Oh.
I did that first. Yeah, you're making me doubt myself. We're going to do the cake next, Kelly. We've done that bit.
Yay.
Right, okay. We're going to do the cake. We're going to rescue it now from the fridge. And we're going to turn it into a plant pot. We're going to need to dye it. So we're going to need to dye the sugar paste to get more plant pot colour. So we're going to go for a very nice colour called Autumn Leaf, which is a sugar flare colour. It's a paste colour. And it's like, I use it for teddies as well. It's that kind of colour. It's really nice. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to dye up the Satinara. I'm just making myself a little bit of space here because I have everything under the sun here from doing cookies. I don't want little bits of white and green and everything else going on in there. So let's get that colour going next. Let's go down onto there and have a little look. So we'll dye this up now. I'm bound to get in a mess here, but that's normal. So we'll use the rest of that and a little bit more of this as well. So what pack is this? This is a kilo size. I think it only comes in 2.5 kilo packs. I think it's quite big. But it is lovely paste, I have to say. It's really nice. I like it, I like it. Right, I'm going to just put this bit in the microwave because when sugar paste is sometimes can be a little bit tough, and it's just easy if you warm it up a little bit. Let's lean on this and see how it feels. Yeah, that's okay, and we can get that going. We're going to turn this into, there we go, that's better. I don't need to put too much effort into it then. Let's see what we've got in terms of quantity, so we know how much to do on our cake. And then we're going to start dyeing this terracotta, or this teddy colour anyway. So this is a paste colour called Autumn Leaf. I'm going to need a fair amount of it, so I'll pop in quite a bit. This is a recipe for me to be wearing this colour tomorrow when I get it on my hands in a second. I've already got a nice violet yellow streak going on my left hand, so that's quite normal really. Satinara is what I've got for tonight's demo. I have used all the brands on here. I've used Massa, I've used Couture, I've used Renshaw. I go between them all. But this is a new one and I like it. So it's very soft. It seems to cover very well. Right, here comes the colour. So it's starting to go through now. So I've put quite a lot in. If you're not familiar with food colouring or particularly pastes, they can get darker overnight. So you can set off with a really nice colour and then wake up in the morning and find it's gone a lot darker. So just be aware of that. It's not going to go radically darker, maybe 10% darker. So just keep your eye out for that. I'm not going to go too dark actually. I want this to look... Kelly, how's that coordinate with my...
Yeah, I think so.
I'll keep asking Kelly at the moment. She's very good at her colours, you see, so I'll have to get Kelly's approval. So now if you ever want to test, see how you're getting on mixing colours, I'm going to show you a little tip here. This is a good one. So if you think that's it done, you take hold of a plastic side scraper, cut it in half, and then turn it over and have a look. You'll be able to see if there's any patterns in the middle where it's like whirling around. And if you find any of those, you know that you need to carry on kneading it. So we see that we've still got some kneading to do, not too much. Because it's quite soft, the colours seem to go in really easily. Doesn't seem to be too stressful. It seems to be okay actually. I'll do the same on this one. I mean, it's always a workout regardless, isn't it? You can never knead sugar paste and get away with it being easy. Okay, we'll just knead that together. Don't think I can't see tonight's ribbon actually. I found my Pritt stick, which is annoying, and now I can't see the ribbon. I must have cleared up and put it away. Never mind. Okay, we'll have one more check, see how we're getting on. So just cut it in half, flip it over, and then you can see all the colours mixed in. So we now know we can proceed with that. Okay, so that's good. So one more knead. And then we're ready to go. Right, okay, I'm just going to move this other camera now because it will have been charged, I hope. Well, anyway. Okay. Right, we're going to get the other one out of the fridge. It's
Okay.
the cake. Okay. So that's been in there now quite a while. Let's just move this board out of the way. There's an air bubble in there, that's going to annoy me. I'll have to pop that in a minute. Okay. Put that there. And we'll move that up onto there like that. Now, I'm going to cover the top, I'm going to cover the sides. I may as well just cover this as a normal cake, and then I can sort of separate it out so it looks more like a pot. I could wrap it, but that is such a, it just takes so long, and this is just as easy. It's only going in at a little bit of an angle, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to take hold of my paintbrush, and I've got some water here, and I'm just going to paint the top of the cake. Now this is a ganache cake, it's completely dry, so if there is no water on here it's not going to stick. You have to put water down to make it stick. So that's what we're going to do. Now you could do any colour pot you like with this, so you could do a white pot, pink pot, whatever you like. We did talk about this earlier, didn't we? Trying to decide what colour. We decided, well, I overruled you and decided it was going to be terracotta.
Well, I didn't know what the vision was.
I don't know what my vision is, Kelly, yet either. I'm just watching out. We've got those butterflies next to me and I'm frightened I'm going to get water on them. So yeah. Yeah, the Satinara paste is lovely. That would be good if they start selling it in the smaller packs for everybody. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice paste. So we're going to just paint this on. So we weren't too worried about the ganache being perfect. It's not far off. It's good enough for what we need it to do. Got my smedgers on standby. I've got one smedger. Is there
No,
another
I gave you both of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have I buried the other one?
I can't see
Oh, I'll
it.
see it.
I have.
I'll find it in a second. It can't be far away. There we go. like so. All right, we've got that done. I'm going to move the water out of the way because that's just got disaster written all over it. There we go, I found it, the missing smedger. Okay, let's go back to the other camera, and what we'll do now is we will just roll out the icing, ready to roll. Literally, put that down. We got a bit too much icing here, but it doesn't matter. Rolling pin. There we go. Right, so we're going to get this rolled out.
It would be lovely as a dark pot with flowers painted onto it.
Yes, exactly. There's actually a lot you can do with this, and I ummed and ahed. Do we paint the pot? Do we do all these things? And I thought not tonight, because I think by the time we finish decorating the cookies we would have already done a fair amount, so we haven't done it. But you're right, if you see any of those, you can buy really lovely painted pots, and I think that would work really well with something like this. So I'm just going to have to locate my scriber in a second because I've got an air bubble.
Who makes satin art, do you know?
Well, it's Cool Pits that sell it, so I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Is my scriber in there? Hold on, we're just locating the scribers. I've seen that today. What have I done with it? I'll leave you to look for it. See if it's put it in one of my incredibly organised places where I've put things and then can never find anything.
Right.
Oh, well done. See, I know I'm not the only person that does that. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Right, there was an air bubble there I spotted. Let's get rid of that before it becomes a problem. There we go. That's better. I think I've got a bit too much paste here, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather have a little bit too much than not enough, especially live. And we need a bit for the rims on the pot as well, so we're going to need a little bit left over. Turn that round like so. Has it gone dark, Kelly, now?
Yeah, just about.
This is the first, we turned up here tonight, it's the first time we've turned up here and it's been light for ages. It was weird, wasn't it?
Mm.
There we go. So yeah, it does feel really nice actually. It's got a really nice feel to this paste. It's just another air bubble there. Right, let's get the smedges out. And we'll just go round, just press it all down, make it nice and smooth before we put it on the cake. There we go. Right, it doesn't matter too much about the top because remember that's where all the cookie stuff's going. So we're going to focus on getting, I'm just going to put it onto the cake. Probably going to go off screen for a second. And we'll switch cameras so you can see what's going on. There we go. Right, grab my chair. And then what we'll do is we'll just very carefully take the air out of the top. You can see a nice bit of air in there. That's it. And then we'll work this down. So it's going to go down at a bit of an angle. That shouldn't put you off too much. Just work at it as you would normally do. And remember, this has got things on the top. So like there's a little tiny hole there, but I'm not too worried. It's got a little bit of sugar in it. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Just going to worry about getting the sides down nice and tidy on there. So you'll see it coming round in a second. Now also as well, because this has got an edge on it, if it tears or does anything horrid, don't worry because we're going to cover that up. All right, I've got an air bubble there, so I've got to... So if you make a mistake, don't worry. It's a little bit thin on one side, but that's okay. We'll get around that. bit. That's me, not the paste. Quite sharp on that edge where the ganache is, but that's all right. You'll see why in a second. We'll cover that up. I'll start talking to it in a minute and threatening it. I'm live, don't you realise? You can't do these things to me. Right, that's it tucked in. It's not brilliant around that side, but that's okay because we're going to cover that, so I'm not going to stress about that at all. Okay, the lovely smedges are coming into action. So I'm just going to go around the bottom there. Now it's not brilliant on that side. It's got quite sort of, well, it's not set brilliantly, but that's okay.
Airbrush it to have a crack in the pot.
Airbrush it to have a crack in the pot. Is that your recommendation,
That's
Kelly?
Nikki.
Oh, it's Nikki's. I'm not actually that worried about it because I'm going to put a strip round there in a second, so that's fine. I'm really not too bothered. If
You
it,
said make it into canal boat pot.
yeah. Oh, don't talk to me about canals.
That will set her off.
I am obsessed. I do like canals. We have a very nice one near our home, and I have to go there every week. I drive everyone mad.
I've only been once.
But Kelly, I only managed to get Kelly there once. I just love it. Right, okay, so we'll just take the smedger. There we go, look at that. We'll just go round the bottom, tidying up our pot. So we're not going to worry about any of this. That's all fine because we're about to cover that with a strip of paste. So not too fussed what that looks like really. We just want the bottom to be quite nice and tidy if we can. Yeah, now I do speak to my cakes if they're being a pain. I have a word. Have a word in their ear. Let's push that down there like so. Oh, someone's just written like and share. Yes, don't forget to like and share while I'm covering this cake. That would be good. I always forget to mention. I'll mention it in the first 5 minutes and then totally forget. So I do need to tell you to do that. Right. So we've got the pot right down to the bottom. Just want to make sure it's right down there because it will only show up when I put it onto the white sugar paste. So I've got to make sure it's all out. Make sure we've got a straight edge going on there. I know I've got to move it, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Where's my other smedger? Okay, so we'll just straighten this edge up a little bit on the top. Hold it still with this one. It saves me putting my hands on it, you see, because if I put the hands on it, then I'm going to end up with loads of problems. Don't write any comments about boating holidays on there, Kelly.
Yeah, I was tempted. We went on one boating holiday. Haven't been on a boat since.
Oh, she loved it. You loved it, Kelly.
It's probably one of our most talked about holidays. Just
I know,
by how
because it
terrible
was so funny. It was so funny. Oh dear. Right, there we go. So we've got some sort of edge going on there. It doesn't matter. Whoop, because we're about to put a plant pot edge on that. So that's okay. We can leave that like so. Not going to fiddle around with it too much longer. That's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a strip that goes all the way round like that. So the multi-ribbon cutter is coming back out again. Put that over there. I'll leave this camera on because you can see what's going on at the moment. I have to, in terms of who's getting this cake, I have to make contact with my hospital contact at the end of every live to find out if she's available to take it in. It always, most of them have gone to Stoke Mandeville, but I couldn't get her to take one because she was on a training course, so it then ended up at the vaccine centre, but it will go somewhere, NHS, don't you worry. Right, so we're going to roll out a strip. Ideally, I'd like it to go around in one hit, but who knows. I'll try and do it in one. Might be handbag revisited. I might have to do it 3 times after the handbag attempt.
You mean the basket?
The basket. Oh yeah, that was it. The handle of the basket. I seemed a bit doomed on that. So let's see what we can do with this. Let's try not to have a repeat. So roll that out, and then what we'll do, because this is sugar paste, I need to work fairly quickly with this. So how wide? A bit wider?
Yeah, a little bit.
Tiny bit wider. I agree. So if you want to go a tiny bit wider on this camera, just unscrew this, take that out, and then put an adjustment in the middle. Is that better, Cal?
Yeah.
Happy with that? You can probably see better from where you're sat than me. And then screw that back on the end again. There we go. Okay. Right, so we'll start at one end and we'll go all the way down as far as we can. And we'll just cut the ends off. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of icing sugar on there just to stop it sticking. Paintbrush. Should I put that paintbrush in the sink, Kelly? Or over on the draining board? Oh, magic. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
I know, I caught that. That was good. Did I put the water over there as well?
What?
Water. I think you have a little sleep.
No, I'm reading the comments.
She's so engrossed in the comments.
I'm quite tired. Actually. What was the name of the colour of your pot?
This is Autumn Leaf. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my brush with the little bit of water, and actually it's got royal icing on my brush as well, and I'm just going to go all the way around my cake. This is going to cover up anything horrid. There is a couple of horrid bits, but nothing too drastic. Okay, and then I'm going to roll this up. Going to make sure it's not going to stick. If you are doing this with sugar paste, you do need to work fairly quickly. If it's modelling paste, you get a bit more time. With sugar paste, you need to speed along a little bit. Right, I'm going to apologise if you can't see bits at the moment while I do this. So I'm going to pop that on, like so, and then I'm going to unwind it.
You can see that one.
You can see it, okay. Okay, till I get all the way around. Oh, magic. In one. Thank goodness for that. And then we'll just cut that there and just join it at the back. Like so. Let's stand that up a little bit. Oh, we've got a plant pot, Kelly.
Yay!
Yay, we've got a plant pot, everybody. There you go, look at that. Thank goodness for that. Okay, just level that up a bit. You can always go round with plastic side scrapers, quite handy for this. Just check it's all level. You can just hold that still. That sometimes works quite well. There we go. We've got the idea. We can see it's a plant pot of some description. So this is Autumn Leaf. It's a really nice colour. Got a few bits left over, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest, because I'll be using that for something else for sure. I'm going to put it away because any sugar paste that's left out will dry out. So let's get rid of that now. Okay. And we will now put this onto the board. So we'll bring that over there. Bring the board in. There we go. We've got our board already that we iced earlier that we forgot all about, didn't we, Kelly? Board? What board? Oh yeah. Okay, let's take hold of some royal icing.
Okay.
Okay. Have you thought of something else I've forgotten?
Can you eat modelling paste?
If you want to.
But it sets quite hard. Probably
It sets quite hard. Modelling paste is okay. Flour paste, I wouldn't eat that. That gets a bit crunchy. I don't think that's a good idea. Right, now we've got to get this off here. Oh, that's a plan, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to go at the back. I'm just going to put my knife under there. Don't forget it's on a board, so I can pick this up and move it. Like so. There we go. That worked okay, didn't it? And let's get this back up onto the turntable. I'm just going to push it back a little bit. There we go. We have plant pot. Yes, okay. Let's push that up a tiny little bit. By the time we get all our flowers and mud and bits and pieces going on, that will be fine. But I'm getting fussy, so I'm just going to have a little look at what's going on and make sure I'm happy with it. There we go, nice little pot. Now, what we're going to do next, Kelly, Oreos. So we had some Oreos earlier today. Well, we didn't eat them. We took them apart. So all we've done is taken the Oreos, we've taken out the white in the middle, and we're going to smash them up. So we're going to, I should have got you, Kelly, to do this.
I did say, do you want me to do it?
So we're going to take hold of our rolling pin. Shall I use my bigger one? It's going to make me feel better. Kelly's putting a face. And we're going to make some...
I'm so sorry for the feedback on, as in like the noise feedback.
There we go. We're going to create some mud. I can do that as well if you want to. Just don't burst your bag, that's all. There we go. Lovely. This is what you need to do, everybody. Get your biscuits and grind them up. This is going to be our mud that's going to go on top of our plant pot. We're getting there. Who ate the white bits? That's what they're asking. We didn't eat them actually because we don't really like them, do we? So we did actually, they're all asking who ate the white bits. Not us, not this time. Okay, we're getting there. I've stopped making loads of noise now, you alright? I'm just rolling my rolling pin over it now. So you want to de-stress? Make some mud. Right, just going to do on this side as well. So I kind of guarantee when I open it, you might find you've got a few bits in there you've not done. It's a nice sound that.
ASMR.
There we go. And this makes a great earth. Look at this. This is wonderful stuff. Okay, it makes really nice earth chocolate Oreos. So we're going to put that onto our cake. So we'll go onto the overhead camera so you can see that. Okay, now we're going to put that on with some royal icing, which we're going to water down, but we're not going to water down too much because otherwise what will happen is it will show up and we don't want it showing up. We only want to see the earth. So I'm just going to put that in there, just give that a little bit of a mix. Add a tiny bit of water. I could dye this brown. That's another way of doing it. There's a bit of brown in there, Kelly. I could paint some water on it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make it sticky, basically, so that it has something to stick to. A tiny bit more. Okay, right, and let's get the paintbrush. I'm just going to pop that on. So you don't need a lot of royal icing. I think the temptation is to get the whole pot and just put it all over it, but that's not a good idea. We just want a little bit. Just make it sticky. Oh, it's spinning around. That's just to keep me on my toes, you see. Turntables are great, but not when you're trying to paint something and they're spinning. That's not ideal. So there we go. Royal icing is like the concrete glue of Cake World, so it's not, nothing's going to move once you put this on. Right, we've got a spoon or anything over there, probably not. A fork? No, a fork's not going to help me. Okay, let's put that on like so. So here comes our mud. Now what I need to do is make sure, right, I'm just going to push that round. Oh look, here I go. Alan Titchmarsh here. What I don't want to do is it end up all over the cake, so I'm just going to, or cake board I should say, not the cake. I want it on the cake and I don't want it on the cake board. Right, if I get some on there I can always brush it off. In fact, I might have a little bit on there anyway. Okay, this is where it definitely gets like gardening, so it's going all over the place. So we'll push that out to the outside edge. Now I'm just going to, oh, it's definitely going to go on the board. That's okay, we can deal with that. Get a paintbrush and get rid of it. Okay, so just going to push that up to the edge. I've met Alan Titchmarsh. I have. That's my claim to fame. I was on TV with him talking about cakes back in 2012. Wasn't I, Kelly? That was fun. I was wearing quite a lot of shapewear. Holding it all in. I was so nervous. It's good fun though. He's very nice. He's very nice. Okay, so we'll press this down. There we go. Right, just a big lump of it there. Okay, right, let me get a dry brush. Let's see if we can just get rid of what's there. Got a little bit on the board. I'll get that off. There we go, look at that magic.
Flicking it.
Drop it all over the place. We'll sort that out later, Kenny. There we go. I've planted my pot. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That's all ready. Right, now what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have to raise this camera up. Let's see if we can go up. What I'm going to do is put you on this camera for a second while I do that. Otherwise we'll all feel a bit drunk while I'm going up on this camera. Okay, so we're going to plant our pot now. That's the idea. Now remember, there is a back and a front to this, so I'm going to make sure I get it round the right way. There's the back. Okay. I don't think the hospital will notice whether there's a back or front, but I will. And it will annoy me intensely, so we must get this round the right way. So let's start planting our bits and pieces that we bought, or we made rather. Let's pull that back a bit so you'll be able to see it. Let's put that over there. Right, okay. So this is the bit that's untested. So we'll see how we get on, Kelly. I need those secataire things. What did I do with them? I put those in another one of my special places. No, I can't find them. That's it. I can snap them actually. Have you got them? No. They're not in that drawer. Okay, that's all right. We can work without them. Let's see how tall we want things to be. So we're going to start. Now, if you see there, you can see the daffodils there are going to come up about that sort of height. So I might as well push in the whole thing. So we'll start at the back. You'll see it come down. And we'll stop the daffodil about there. Now I'm going to have to bring my camera up a bit because you can't quite see. So just bear with me a second. Oh, we're going up. There we go. All right. So that seems to be okay. Right. I'm going to just cut this one down a little bit. So I'm just going to snap it at the bottom, because these are skewers, they're fairly easy to snap. Now I'm going to just sit down here a second and have a look. And we'll pop that one in next to it like so. Okay, that one's leaning, that's going to annoy me. I'm going to have to stand that one up. There we go. Actually, if they are leaning, that's okay. It doesn't matter, does it? Kelly's looking at me and like, what am I doing? Okay, right. And now we'll do another one. So we'll put that one in. I'll drop this one down a little bit.
Don't forget about the tulips as well.
No, I won't forget. I was going to put those at the next. I'm going to start with the bigger things, you see. There we go. Something like that. We'll get rid of that. This is our flower arranging moment, you see. Right, tulips next. Oh, and leaves. Don't forget leaves. Right. So we can put, I'll take this one down a little bit. Could do with my secateurs, but can't find them, so we'll make do. We'll put another one in there, like so. Go. Should we leave that one a bit longer, because then it'll touch the bottom there, won't it? And then we'll put that one in there. There we go. Lovely. They're swaying in the breeze. Oh, yes they are. I can't take my camera up any higher at the moment. I'll push it back a tiny little bit. No, it needs to come forward. I'm trying to get you. Is that it? Okay. Right. Once we've got the whole thing in, they will steady each other up. At the moment, they're moving around quite a bit, but once we get everything in place and all the ganache and everything is set, you'll find they'll be absolutely fine. So let's just break this one down as well. And we'll put that one in about there. So have that one in a bit lower. Let me just get the gardening things out there. And then we'll put another one in. Put that one in this side. There we go. See, they're starting to steady each other up now because they're all next to each other. Leaves. Thank you, Kelly. Now I'm going to put this one in next, because then that's all the. I'm going to put that one in down there. There we go, like so. That's how we're getting on. And now the leaves. You know, we talked about leaves. Make sure you put leaves in. So I've got a few leaves to put in here. So we will put, let's break that one down a little bit. So we'll put one in there. And we'll put, oh, this is my flower arranging moment, isn't it? Put one in there. And we'll put one over here somewhere, shall we? Put one about there.
You've got a notification on the thing about your battery.
Oh, it's okay, that's fine. We're not on, we're on that camera, aren't we?
Yeah, just press close. I don't know if it freezes the camera on.
No, I don't know whether it's done. Okay. Right, more leaves. So I'll put another one in about there. So the more you put in, the more it kind of steadies it up, because then they're all sort of on leaning against each other.
Bunny rabbit?
I'm going to put the rabbit on, yeah. I haven't done that one yet. And we'll put another leaf in there. There we go. Keep knocking the earth off, but that's okay, because we can get rid of that. Okay, let's put the rabbit on. This one. Okay, we've got our little bunny. Let's put the bunny in. Okay, he's just coming up from underground here, look. Okay, right, there you go, little bunny. He's popping up from the front. Kelly's making me laugh. Look,
Oh, it's
he's so cute. And we could put, do you want to put one of these in?
Yeah.
We've got
He's
some.
been hiding his Easter eggs.
He's been hiding his Easter eggs. Look, so we've got some little painted Easter eggs, little chocolate Easter eggs that Kelly did earlier in the week. So we're going to plant those in there as well. So we'll put one in there. So for anyone who's got the little Easter egg mould, here look, there's another thing you can do with it here. So we're going to plant the little Easter one there. Is that any? Will we put anything else?
I only painted two.
Butterflies, because they're just like compulsory at the moment.
Where are you going to put them?
I was going to put them on the flowers.
Okay.
So we've got little wafer paper butterflies. We know we're obsessed with these at the moment. So a little bit of royal icing on the back. So we're going full spring here. So we'll put one there, shall we? Something like that, Kelly?
1 second.
I'm looking for your approval. I think we need butterflies. Butterflies on everything at the moment. Okay. And then we'll put another one over there. Oh yeah. definitely. And then one more, because everything has to be in threes. We'll do a little butterfly on the front here. Again, we'll just put a little bit of royal icing on there. I'll put one there on the front of the pot. I did bring down, what did I do with those little chicks? The little.
They're on that tray. Not that tray, the one in front of you.
I was going to put one on the board. Or is that too mad?
That's cute.
Like, I've always liked these. For me, these at Easter are always these little chicks. Anyone else associate Easter with these little chicks? I just love them.
How much would you charge for a cake like this?
Oh gosh, you'd have to work out how many cookies are on there and all that kind of thing. I'm going to put that on there. I'll put one more little chick on there.
Rough idea?
Kelly?
Maybe just keep the chicks on the board.
We'll keep the chick on the board. Just have one little chick on the board. We haven't got any mini eggs to give him as well, have we?
No.
No, because we ate them. Right, there we go. Okay.
Wow, very cute.
That is a cookie plant pot. I'm going to put ribbon on it when we've come off the live, because I haven't got ribbon in view at the moment. And I will take a photograph so that you can see it on Sugar and Crumbs with Sugar and Crumbs Cake Community, and also on my Facebook page as well. And I'll upload it to YouTube tomorrow so that you'll be able to see it on there as well. How about that? That looks fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little palm pot of flowers and all these other bits and pieces. Yeah, it's not Easter without a chick, isn't it? You just have to have one of these fluffy little things. I love them. I think they're well funny. I'm surprised actually I've not put any more on since I found them today and thought, oh yeah, we've got to get at least one on of there. So there we go. We just need a few mini eggs, don't we, really? We know where they all are. They're all over with Nikki, aren't they? Right, okay. I'm not going to pick this cake up because it needs to set. But I will take a photograph of it and I will put it on Instagram so you can see it. I could try and pick it up. Shall I try?
Don't.
No, I
No, don't risk it.
Okay, don't.
I'm just see you dropping the whole thing.
She's saying no. I can pick this up. Okay, there we go. That's okay. Now we're going this way. There we go. That's what we've done. So we've created a little plant pot tonight with lots of bits and pieces on like that. I'm not going to hold it for too long, but you can see it like that. So there you go. You can do cookies and flowers. You could do all daffodils, all tulips. You can do anything you like. Anything you like at all. Okay, right. So thank you very much for joining me for tonight's live demonstration. Now, I'm not going to be back on Thursday this week because we're coming up for Easter, but I will be back the following Tuesday evening at 6:30 as usual. So I hope you all have a fantastic Easter. Enjoy the weather while it lasts. It's going to be okay, and then I think it might...
Oh, they want to see the wisteria
Oh, you want to
cake.
see the wisteria cake? You want to see the wisteria cake before I go? Okay. All right. Right. Wisteria cake. This is one is coming up on my new course. There you go. It's all been painted today. So I've got a brand new cake painting course coming out shortly. This is wisteria, which has been done today. There you go. All right. So if anybody is thinking about going on the flower painting course, this is the wisteria. So we've got the black, you can see the one behind me. I keep saying it's black, it's not, it's navy, which is Easter blossoms and bits and pieces. This is wisteria. We've got cherry blossom as well, and then some more to finish off. And once they're done, then I can release the course and we're ready to go. But that is one on the next course. So yeah, it's lovely. Do like wisteria. I'm trying to get this course out as fast as I possibly can. I'm certainly hoping to launch it next week and then have it ready for a couple of weeks' time. So something to look forward to, isn't it? So there you go. Oh, they like that one. Good. I'm pleased about that. I do really like wisteria, so I'm glad that you like it as well. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a very nice Easter. Don't eat too many mini eggs, Nikki. It's not good for you. Is it, Kelly?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you very much. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you all, and we will see you all on Tuesday next week at 6:30. So have a lovely evening. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.